All right, so you've just got this amazing new tool for strategic performance. You're ready to dive in, track your goals, and really start driving success. You log in for the first time, and it's just a blank screen. It's a feeling a lot of us have been through, and yeah, it can be a little intimidating.
So the big question is, how do we get from that empty page to a powerful, fully functioning strategic plan? Well, it all comes down to following a specific roadmap. In this explainer, we're going to walk through the 5 essential steps to build this thing together logically from the ground up.
You know that feeling, right? You see all this incredible potential just waiting for you, but that blank screen can feel a bit much. And I bet your first instinct is to just jump right in and start creating your strategic plan. I mean, that's why you got the software in the first place.
But if you do that, you're going to hit a roadblock fast. Kind of like this error message right here. The system just throws its hands up because it's missing all the fundamental context it needs to actually work. And that brings us to a really important point. You've got to lay the groundwork first.
This idea is so important we call it the foundation first principle. You have to remember this whole system is built on a certain logic. And to get it working properly, you have to follow the steps in the right order.
It's kind of like building a house. I mean, you wouldn't start by putting the shingles on the roof, would you? Of course not. You have to pour the concrete foundation, then you put up the frame, then you get to all the other stuff. It's the exact same idea right here.
And here it is, the correct order of operations. Look, step 1, building that organizational structure is totally non-negotiable. You have to do it first. That's the key that unlocks everything else. Adding your people, setting their permissions, and then finally, getting to the strategic plan itself.
Okay, so let's tackle that first super important step. We're going to build a digital blueprint of your company right inside the system. This is what we call the organizational structure.
So, what is the org structure, really? It is so much more than just a list of departments. Think of it as a living, dynamic map of your business. By defining every single unit and how they all connect, you're basically teaching the software who is responsible for what. This is absolutely critical for assigning goals to the right teams and rolling up performance data correctly.
All right, our digital blueprint is done. Now what? Well, an empty office isn't much use, right? It's time to bring in the people. This is where we'll add all of our employees and then create user accounts so they can actually log in and use this thing. Now, this is a really important distinction to make. First, you add employees as records within that structure we just built. Think of it like a digital personnel file. Then, for the people who actually need to log in, you create a separate user account and you link it to their employee profile. This is super important because, hey, not everyone in your company needs a login, but everyone with a login has to be tied to an actual employee.
Okay, I can already hear you thinking, wait, I have to manually add hundreds of employees? And yeah, that sounds like a total nightmare. But don't worry, there's a fantastic shortcut for this. It's called Active Directory Synchronization, and it is a total game changer that connects right to your company's internal directory. This feature lets you import your entire org chart and employee list automatically, saving you countless hours of data entry. Even better, it keeps the system constantly up to date. And as a huge bonus, it enables single sign-on, which just means your users can log in with the same company password they already use every day. So much easier.
Okay, check it out. Our structure is built and our people are in the system. The next critical step is to decide who gets the keys to what. This is all about setting up roles and permissions to make sure people can do their jobs, but also can't accidentally mess something up or see information they're not supposed to.
And you can get really specific here. Take this example. A manager might have full rights to do pretty much everything for their department, but a coordinator in that same department, maybe they can only view data and enter performance updates. They can't actually create or edit the plan itself. Having this kind of fine-tuned control is what keeps the whole system clean and well-managed.
So what does this look like for a new user? When an admin creates their account, it starts off as inactive. Think of it as being red-lighted. The system automatically sends them an activation email. Once they click the link and set their password, bam, their account flips to active or green. And hey, if that email gets lost, it's no big deal. Admins can always step in and manually activate an account or send a password reset. And just like that, our foundation is complete. The structure is defined, the people are in the system, and their permissions are all set. So now, after all that crucial prep work, it is finally time to do the one thing we couldn't do at the very beginning. We can now create our strategic plan. And this time, because all those essential pieces are in place, the departments, the owners, the users, it works perfectly.
No errors, just success. This is the payoff for following that foundation-first principle.
So let's do a quick recap of our setup journey. We started with nothing, just a blank slate. Then, we built that solid organizational foundation. After that, we onboarded our users and gave them the right permissions. And all of that led us to the final point, a successfully activated strategic plan, a clear, logical path from start to finish.
By following these steps, you've transformed an empty tool into a robust system that's ready for action. The groundwork is done, so the only question left is, with this solid foundation now in place, what amazing strategic goals will you build on it?